and we should be live. So give it a couple minutes, or not a couple minutes, a couple seconds for some people to come in.
F it, we'll do it live.
Yeah. Alright, I got the notification.
Hello.
Is it live on your side?
Ugh. Let me mute that. Boom, there we go. What up, everybody on Game Over Jesse?
Yeah, alright, I got the chat here. So we're good to go. Alright, you ready to start?
I am ready, Freddy, buddy.
Alright. Hello, everybody, and welcome. I am Jesse, or Game Over Jesse, as all of you may know me. Here with us is a special guest who has been planned and scheduled to come on the podcast for what seems like a year or longer.
Over 9,000 years.
Yeah, exactly. We're really, really old. Mochocolate, go ahead and introduce yourself for some of those
What's up,
who may not know who you are.
How's it going? This is Mochocolate. Jesse, thank you very much, man, for having me on your channel. It's a huge honor, huge privilege. Thank you very much, buddy. And yeah, to all you lovely people watching us right now, hi to you too as well. My name is Mohammed, known as Mochocolate on the internet. I do gaming and dancing and vlogging and sketches and drinking water occasionally, like this.
Nice.
Like that, that's what you came here to see, right? That liquid of H2O going down in African-American's mouth. Yeah.
You can't get athleticism like that anywhere else.
Authentic content on YouTube, son.
Yeah.
For real.
Nowhere in existence except maybe the middle of a desert can you find someone better at drinking water.
With a map that says right here on Google Maps.
Yeah. So, for those who may not know, the reason that I know who you are, and I'm sure I would have at one point stumbled across some of your YouTube videos if not for the tester. But because of the tester, PlayStation's the tester, Season 2 specifically.
Yep.
Since you were actually on the show, which is how I
was
know
on
you,
the show.
Go ahead and let people know what that was, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that have no idea what it was, because unless you had a PlayStation 3 at the time, now it's on YouTube.
2010, I think.
Yeah, but now it's on YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everyone can go back and rewatch it if they want. But what was the basis of the tester, and how did you come to find out what it was?
The tester is pretty much the real world. If anyone's old enough to remember the real world on MTV, MTV is a channel that played music. Not anymore. It's more about teenage pregnancy now, whatever. But anyway, digressing. The Tester is pretty much a reality show on the PlayStation Network that was orientated towards gamers, where we do a lot of game-based challenges and obstacles, and there might be some drama every once in a while for the cast, and the winner gets to have the privilege of testing video games at PlayStation, hence the title. And there's currently right now 3 seasons. I was on season 2, and there's a 3rd season and a season 1. And hopefully, if we get enough people tweeting at PlayStation, hopefully we can get a season 4.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was on. After season 1 was done at E3 the following year, they announced season 2, and I was like, I'm not gonna get on, but sure, I'll audition. I went to the website, submitted a video, and I was just like, there's no way they're gonna call me. The next day, oh hi Sony.
Wow, the next day.
the next day, and I'm just like, oh okay, hi. And then after a series of paperwork and video calls and interviews, more paperwork, more interviews, and some miracle, the planets aligned, and I got on the show. They flew me to California for a final interview. They put me in hotel. The next day, they put everyone in one room together, and they're like, "You're all on the show." We're like, "Yay!" So the rightful order has been restored.
I imagine, like, getting interviewed for a normal job or just anything can be stressful.
Very.
So what was it like throughout all of the interviewing phases?
Nerve-wracking, because I'm just like, there is no way I'm getting on the show, because they would email me, schedule a Skype call, and the first time I even opened the Skype was to have my interview with them. So that's why I even have a Skype, and they would ask me, so what would you do in this scenario? How do you feel about this thing? How would you do this this thing? What games do you own? How big of a gamer are you? What's your least favorite game? What's your best favorite game? Just like all these questions regarding me as a person and as a gamer, and they wanted me to be myself, show off my personality, and I did just that. And I guess the producers liked it and got me on the show.
Awesome. How would you say that it? I don't know if you would say that it changed your life, but
my God, man, that is an understatement.
Okay.
That is a freaking understatement.
Because I know you'll say it to some people, but maybe they would want to say that like maybe it boosted some aspirations in their life, not necessarily changed it completely. I didn't know how you would want to word it. So how was it for you?
It's crazy because like all of these is to this day. I was on the tester when I was freaking 23 years old. I'm 32 years old now. It's been 10 years, and even though I look I look exactly the same. Black don't crack. Yeah. Anyway, so it's like it is the biggest experience of my life to this day. It had the biggest impact on my life. Period. Like the only thing that can top this is meeting Michael Jackson, but that's not gonna happen anytime soon. So it's like I loved it. The fact that all of these people online that I am a huge fan of, the Completionist, Ego Raptor, you, and HMK, and the Keykeepers, everything. I'm a big fan of all these YouTubers. Pro Jared and Game Theory, Black Nerd Comedy. It's just all of them met me through the show. So whenever our paths cross, they're like, "Hey, Mochocolate," was like, "You know me?" They're like, "Yeah, everyone knows you." Was like, "Ah!" It is a huge honor for me, man. It's just whenever I go to E3 or New York Comic Con or any big convention, I still to this day get recognized. I remember at MacFest, probably 2016, I had almost a mini line of people wanting my picture and autograph and something for them. I'm just like, I'm not a celebrity, people. What is going on? I'm not famous it's just like I want to be humble, you know. I don't want it to go to my head and stuff. But it's just I started, then I did YouTube afterwards, and it gradually got bigger and bigger, and a lot of opportunities came to my life because of the testers. So it's a huge impact on my life to this day. It really is.
Yeah, so I remember shortly after the seasons ended, I don't know if it was after season 3 it ended or whatever it was, but I think it was YouTube or something like that. I remember going, because I was such a fan of all of you, because those TV shows like The Tester was some of my favorite TV shows. There were some similar ones that some people might remember, like Beauty and the Geek, King of the Nerds that came on TBS or TNT or something like that. What was it? There was another one on the Sci-Fi Channel, I think.
A cosplay reality show?
King of Cosplay? No.
I think so,
what was it? Was that it?
Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe someone in the chat can let us know. But there was shows like that. And I remember I like those shows because, well, I think we all like those shows because like it's about nerdy people, because we're all nerds or geeks, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah,
and
proud of it.
The way those shows are is, I like to say that my favorite type of shows or movies are about like everyone likes to in some way see themselves represented through the movie or whatever, which is why most popular movies or whatever will have some sort of nerdy character, or TV show will have some sort of nerdy character, for everyone to relate to. That's why there's always the stereotypes in movies, like there's the nerdy guy, there's the jock, there's the whatever, there's the comedian.
Guy who a sound happens and they go in and investigate.
Yeah. So my favorite TV show, this is probably a really long way of explaining it, so I apologize to everyone. But it was basically, I like TV shows or movies that are about nerdy people. So not in the way of like The Big Bang Theory. Yeah, like that's an alright one. They've gotten a lot better at accurately representing it on TV, but I like seeing stuff about nerds or about geeky people, especially if it's more of a
Breakfast
reality
Club.
show.
Yes,
Yeah.
Breakfast Club. Yeah.
To where like the Marvel movies or DC movies, Harry Potter, whatever, like those will be nerdy movies, but those are just made for everyone. Like the movies that are specifically for nerdy people, especially the reality show, because especially if it's a reality show like King of the Nerds or The Tester or whatever, then it's like those are your people. Like you can watch it and be like, you would probably fit in with at least half the people there.
Oh yeah.
Instantly. It's like going to, I would say, Comic-Con or E3.
You're amongst your people. Yeah.
Yeah, like you're standing in line at E3 for like the new Zelda game or something. You instantly have something to relate to talk to every single person that's there. And when I watch those shows, it's like the only time that I'm able to really look on TV and it's like, wow, these are people that like are just like me or whatever. Because like as cool as movies like Spider-Man or Harry Potter, other nerdy stuff is like, yeah, but you're never going to get bit by a spider and get magical powers. You might get bit by a spider and get sick, but you're not going to like get your letter to Hogwarts. We're all too old for that, sadly. We would have gotten our letters like 15 years ago. Yeah. But that's why I really liked those shows. And then I was mentioning before we got on that one of my other friends, Cody, who I had written for a website called ZeldaDungeon.net, he was writing for one of their competitors, if you want to call it that. Everyone in all of the 3 major websites, at least there was 3, but then one of the websites bought the other one. But there was like Zelda Informer, Zelda Dungeon, Zelda Universe. And I had some friends at Zelda Universe, and Cody was one of those friends. And then I was watching Beauty and the Geek, the Australian version, because at the time it was the only one that was actually new. Like they had one in the UK, but it had been cancelled for a while. And the Australian one was the only one that was actually new, like still showing at the time. So I was watching it, and all of a sudden, like during the intro, it has them all like running through this giant mansion, and there's like giant bubbles floating everywhere. And then Cody pops up in it, and I'm like, what is he doing there? Like no one told me that someone I knew was on a TV show that I liked. And they all basically have the same theme as The Tester, where everyone gets together and there's like some sort of nerdy or in Beauty and the Geek they switched it around because some of it was like, oh, there's like a modeling thing or a talent show or whatever it is, and then some of them would be other nerdy stuff like, oh, there's a math test or a quiz.
I really enjoyed King of
yes,
Nerds also.
Yes, that was great.
I want that show to come back.
Yes, please. But with the Tester, with your season, everything was specifically PlayStation related because it was PlayStation hosting it. So even though there were like game related competitions, there wasn't anything like Nintendo related or Xbox related or even third party related. It was all PlayStation.
All PlayStation, yeah.
Like they had the voice actor who, oddly enough, at the time looked exactly like his character in the game, Nathan Drake.
Oh, Nolan
yeah,
North?
Nolan North, looking exactly like Nathan Drake, came in when the PlayStation Vita just came out with Golden Abyss.
Self promotion.
The season that you were on, was that the season?
No, that was season 3.
You had the God of War person, as you mentioned, come out. So
I got
explain.
a War person. I had a fat princess lady. I had the Medal of Honor guy, and I had the guy who was a writer for Kotaku, and
wait,
the guy
Kotaku
that
was on there.
One of the big head writers, yeah.
Okay.
And one guy that was working on, I forget the name, where you throw him at something. I forget what it's called, but it's a very old game on the PS3, but it was a very popular indie game. And all I remember is that
Wait, was it Fat Princess?
No, It was another one. But the chap might know what I'm talking about. It's a character that you just throw at a wall. And that's all I remember what the game was. But the one of the developers or directors of that game was also on the show.
Yeah.
And I think that was all the guests we had.
So, name off some of the competitions that you were a part of.
Oh, yeah.
Because you lasted through most of the season.
Most surprisingly, because the thing is one thing to get on the show, but I'm just like, there is no way I'm going to last that long. I lasted like damn near 7 episodes. It's maybe I forget how it's been 10 years, guys.
If only there was some way
aired
that
back
we
in
could just
2010.
instantly look it up and check.
Yeah, go ahead if you want. But it's like, but it's like, Mike. We had 8-Bit Mickey, we had Scooter, we had Triple
But
Threat.
I don't mean to interrupt you. You were on the second to last episode, so like the penultimate episode. You made it all the way until the very end.
Was there 10 or 7 episodes? I can't remember.
Says
was it
8 episodes.
8? Okay, yeah. So I made through 7. Yeah,
there were
for some reason,
12 people,
episodes.
And then Boo and Maxim were the first ones out.
Yeah. Boo messed up her wording, and Maxim just didn't want to be there anymore. And then there was Samurai, which left with Honor. He basically said he was at fault, and he would rather leave than his other teammates, which was honorable. Then it was 8-Bit Mickey, I think, who left after him. Then it was
Fantasy Girl. Fantasy Girl,
yeah. Because I messed up, but she messed up also. But I love her to death. Don't get me wrong, but I guess she messed up more than I did.
Yeah.
She was sent home, but we're also friends to this day. Then it was Triple Threat. Then it was Big Physique, and
that was the one everyone on the season had issues with.
What?
Big Physique. That was the one everyone had issues with.
He's probably the one person everyone remembers the most from my season, and he basically decided to be the villain of season 2.
Yeah.
And basically we're like, if you want to be the villain, we will treat you like the villain. And that's exactly what happened. And like the show isn't scripted or they put a camera in our face and they push record and we just go. The only thing that was scripted was Meredith. She'd come inside and she would have
that was the main host for people that don't know.
Lovely Meredith. Yeah, we all love her. No, she is an angel for sure. And she has the earpiece on, and they tell her what to say, when to say it, stand over here and say your line, say that again, but with more enthusiasm, or just have different takes. But other than that, everything I said was all authentic, if you will.
Yeah. So I don't remember which season it was, but I remember because it stood out to me because it was obviously a Sony PlayStation themed show. But there was someone. It was one of the women that was on there with she had a Zelda Triforce tattoo on like her finger or her wrist or something like that.
I think that was War Princess, I think.
And I remember it stood out because I seen it, and every time I see a Zelda tattoo, like I instantly like turn into like a fangirl or something.
I'm surprised they didn't blur that out, but
yeah.
I think that might have been War Princess. She was going through a lot filming the episode because they promised her that she'd be able to talk to her husband every night, but that wasn't the case. So she was pretty upset regarding that, and she was just going through a lot of stress, and she was very emotional. I had nothing against her or anything. We're like I said, we're also friends. It's just whenever she was really upset, she needed to have her own moment of crying or whatever, and then she would feel better. But I have all respect for her and everybody else. The thing is, people think that we don't like each other. I'm talking about the last episode that I got kicked off. Everyone ganged up on me, and everyone thought that we were enemies. No, we're also friends. Like I chatted with a few of them not too long ago. We have our own personal Facebook group where we all chat on the regular. So whenever we go to a convention, we all message each other and be like, "Hey, let's all meet up at this time right here," and then we all meet up and chat. We're also a pretty big family.
For everyone who may think I wasn't paying attention and was looking at my phone, I was getting the URL so you guys could go and give Mo a follow on his Twitter.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I stream on Twitch every week, and I'll put my Twitch in the chat right now. A follow would greatly be. I'm close to 200 followers on Twitch, so that'll be a huge help for me, guys. Yeah.
So you mentioned earlier after that happened. Like after everyone kind of ganged up on you, they all like rushed in, gave you a hug and everything. But that wasn't on the cameras. They didn't show that moment.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like after that episode was done filming, they stopped recording and they were all like, "We're sorry, we didn't mean to do that. We don't hurt your feelings. We don't hate you." I was like, "It's fine." Because at the end of the day, it's a competition.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they're trying to win. You know, you get $5,000 or something, and you get a job at PlayStation. So it's just they really want that job. Because if you and I were in a competition, I'm going to try and win. I'll still love you as a friend. But if it comes down to choosing between who wins, I'm going to try my best to win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what?
It's like Smash Brothers. You're my friend, but I'm still going to kick your ass
for glory. So what would you say is some of your most memorable or favorite moments from being on the show?
I have two.
If there are any that wasn't shown, feel free to mention one of those as well.
Sure. I have 3 that are my favorites. Well, 2. I have 2 that are my favorites, but 1 that isn't my favorite. But I'll talk about the least favorite experience. I think it was in episode 3 where we have to... There is a challenge involving us in fat suits. It's pretty much a recreation of Fat Princess.
Yeah,
we get
that's
into
why
a
I was
fat
thinking
suit,
about that
they
game.
blindfold us, and the leader has to guide us through these obstacles. And my team was the first one up. And before we started filming, they tell us, you guys have to get to the rock, pick up the crown, and put it on your head. When the guy pointed to the crown, I saw the rock. So in my head, I thought the rock was a crown. So, because that's just how my comprehension skills works, I guess. So, the amount of times I told this story. So it's like we do our challenge, and we're doing pretty good. And then I get to the rock, and we're supposed to pick up the crown, but I pick up the actual rock the crown is on, and I put it over my head. And I'm like, we won! We're like, no, you have to pick up the fucking crown, though! I'm like, oh shit! And my team lost because of that. We lost by 8 seconds.
Wow.
Because of my ditziness. And it's the first time I cried on a reality TV show. We all make fun of the people that cry, and I'm like,
wait. You said it was the first time you cried on a reality TV show.
Well, yeah.
Were you on a different reality TV show?
First and only time I've ever cried on reality show. Let me specify. But it's like we always make fun of the people that cry on reality shows. We're like, we are never gonna do that. I freaking cried because I was just so distraught that I was the reason why my team failed. I was in my bed and my face down into the pillow. I had my moment. I look up and there were 4 cameras pointed right at me. And I'm like, fuck. And of course they're like, oh, he's crying. Let's go. There was every person had like 1 or 2 camera guys on them at all time. So when they saw that, oh, we have a crier, they all just rushed like a stampede. And because, it's a reality TV show, that's what they love, is drama. So they did that. I'll never forget that image of looking up from the pillow and all 4 of them just down on me.
Yeah.
Looking down on me. So I was like, frick. So I almost got eliminated for that, but thankfully I didn't. But my favorite moment is a few episodes after that where it was the opposite. I go from being the reason why my team lost to being the reason why my team won. And it's like we had to do it was a Gran Turismo challenge where we go into go-karts.
I remember that.
Yeah, but the thing is, you have to eat something on a table that's easy to digest or hard to digest. If you go with the hard one to digest, you get to do 1 lap.
Yeah,
if you go with the easy one, then you do 3 laps. But everyone went with the harder one. Obviously, there was marshmallows, wasabi, and crackers.
Yeah.
And so I'm nervous. I'm like, great, I'm on Fear Factor now. I'm like, do I have to eat like gopher balls or Canadian urine or something? Like I was legit worried. I was like, you know what? I don't care. Whatever's on that plate, I am ready. I pick it up, marshmallows. I was like, marshmallows? Are you really? That's it? I was like legit so nervous.
Man, wait, was this for the hard to digest?
That was a hard to digest. Because there was like 10 of them. The jumbo-sized marshmallows.
Because I know, there was someone got the wasabi and, they went to the bathroom and got sick and stuff, right?
They were vomiting almost everything, yeah. And it's like, so I was hungry that day. We woke up, we filmed, and we went straight to the go-kart. I didn't eat breakfast. I was legit hungry. I was like, you are giving a fat boy candy. Put glasses on, I got this. And I just, nom, 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 nom.
Nice.
I remember, I wasn't even chewing them. I was just like, and I apologize, because now your video is demonetized by me doing this. I apologize, but it's like, I was basically shoving them down my throat at that point. I wasn't even shooting. I was like, "Ow, he's get in there now!" And I apologize to anyone who's just now joining us. We're talking about marshmallows. Okay?
Yeah, marshmallows.
Just, so this isn't Pornhub, unfortunately. So it's like I shoved them down my throat, and it's like, and then I speed off, and I get into the go kart. I go one lap, and my team wins.
Nice.
So it's like we were at a disadvantage. We had to wait 15 seconds for my team to get into the go-kart and go because we had the disadvantage. But because of my natural eating abilities, we were able to like catch up with them because they told me that, Mo, you do realize you just ate 10 jumbo marshmallows in less than a minute. They were like, that has to be a record or something. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
So
do you have
I led my team to victory, and I won the prize, and we got safe from elimination. So that's one of my favorite moments. But then, that's my favorite of all time moment. But I think my second favorite moment would be when I get eliminated, and I do a tap dance performance for everybody, and it was just a positive experience because I got eliminated, and I'm just smiling. We were hugging. They were clapping for me when I was done. It was a good moment. It was, yeah.
Yeah, I was about to ask you about that. How was it when you got eliminated from the show? Like, what is the process like after that? Is it like,
well, I knew
you
like
immediately leave, or
once I saw them all in their room talking with each other, I was like, "Yep, they're all gonna gang up on me now." So whatever. But I was happy because
don't you say that on the episode?
Yeah,
that,
I was I left with a smile on my face, knowing that this is going to be my last episode. I just know it because I made it that far, and to start off with like 12 people in one room in one loft, and then every day we go from 12 to 4. It felt weird just walking around and there was nobody around. And that's also what I remember. And we do the challenge. And I just knew that because when it comes to it was a questionnaire which I suck at. I got a few questions right, but most of them I got wrong. And then you had to then everyone had the option to challenge one teammate, and they all chose me. Big surprise. And I failed each challenge. So I was like, after that, I was like, I'm going home. Whatever, I'm cool. But they were just like, no, don't say that. We need you to like fight for it. And I was like, all right. So I fought for it, but they said, "Okay, Mo, you have to go home." I was like, "Okay, here's my tap dance, yada, tap dance." And then I was like, "I'm a patient tester," and then they all started clapping, and we're all hugging and smiling. And I left, and then onward to see the finale. And it's funny because I remember when I auditioned for the tester, I mentioned I'm also a tap dancer, and they were like, "Bring that." I was like, "Okay."
Nice. How do you think it would?
So that's the lesson, kids. If you want to get on the reality show, you have to dance to get on the show. So Jesse, when you go on season 4 of the tester, we need you to dance, okay?
Yeah. It might come in handy. One of the co-hosts of the podcast is like I don't know if a professional dancer, maybe you could say that. She teaches other like kids to dance, and she
nice.
like does choreography for dancing, and she does voice acting and on stage acting and everything. So maybe she can teach me some steps to
I
go
know
on.
you guys. I know you guys. Hey, chat. Work right. Looking at Jesse, you can just tell this boy has some moves.
Do I have the moves, guys? Let me know.
Yeah, you have kids. I don't. You clearly have the moves, man. You have more moves than I can ever have.
Yeah. So how do you think it would have been if you were on that last episode? If you would have,
I probably would have failed because
what was the competition thing that they had for it?
I'm trying to remember. They lock you in a cage first.
Wait, was that the one that was like Uncharted?
Yeah,
style
I think so.
Thing?
They lock you in a cage first, and then you have to like unblindfold you. You have to grab this key, unlock yourself, go to another room and connect and put puzzles.
You had to like throw a string out to like pull the key
remember.
to and everything.
It's been
it was
so
crazy.
long.
And then there was the one where you had to go in the room. There was the puzzles on the thing.
And then you go play Killzone, and it was like. It was between Gamer and Scooter. Like they were in the same area. They didn't know what to do, and Gamer just shoots this object and he wins. So Scooter, that could have been Scooter or Gamer. So props to Game. Shout out to him. He was hired on because here's one thing they don't tell you about being a tester. You're under contract to be a tester for Sony for only 6 months.
Oh.
After that, there's no guarantee to be on the show to continue working with them or not. Season 1's winner, Will, no, I forget his name, but his name
Cyrus.
is Will. Cyrus,
On
yeah.
season 1.
He still works. I believe he still works for PlayStation. I bumped into him a few times at E3. He's a cool guy. After his contract was done, he continued working with Sony, but Matt wasn't so lucky. But because he has background in like corporate background, so it was no problem for him getting a job. And now he has a PlayStation under his belt, so it was no problem for him getting another job after that. And then season 3's winner, 𝐓𝐴𝐳𝐲𝐷, he is still working for PlayStation. He recently just worked on God of War 4.
That's crazy.
He worked on God of War Ascension and God of War 4. I know it's God of War, but I call it God of War 4 because it's on the PS4 and it's after God of War 3. So
yeah, it's like a reboot. It's like a reboot sequel all at once.
But it's after 3 and it's on the PS4 because I'm like, there's 2 God of Wars. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So just to distinguish it, I say God of War 4.
It's like when Xbox came out with Xbox One.
No, the one on PS4. So I call it God of War 4.
Yeah, and then Nintendo and Xbox had some mix up with their names. Like their current console, Xbox One, came out. And then everyone, I remember when it first came out, is like, well, what do you call that? Yeah, like what do you call the original Xbox? If that wasn't the first Xbox, now this is Xbox One. And then
the original Xbox.
Yeah, with Nintendo, they got it really bad with their naming schemes. Because the example that I used in one of my videos is like, so they had the new 3DS release, and then they have the line of Mario games called New Super Mario Bros. So like you could go in and certain games like Majora's Mask, Xenoblade on the new 3DS. Xenoblade was like a port of the Wii. Xenoblade Chronicles would only work on the new 3DS, but it did not have new in the title. And then you had games like New Super Mario Bros. That had new in the title, but could work on the new 3DS and the normal 3DS.
Yeah.
And then you could have like a parent or someone that's not too familiar with it going into GameStop or somewhere and being like, "Hi, I would like to purchase the new Mario game." And at the time, depending on when it was, you could be like, "Okay, is that Mario Maker for the 3DS? Is that Super Mario 3D Land for the 3DS? Is that New Super Mario Bros?" And then it's like, you could even get it so confusing where you're like, I would like to have a used copy of New Super Mario Bros. For a used, or not a used, but a used copy of New Super Mario Bros. For a new Nintendo 3DS. And it not be the new Nintendo 3DS, just a new that's not used 3DS. So like their naming scheme is crazy.
It's like Kingdom. It's like the Kingdom Hearts spin-off game.
Yeah,
it's like, Chain of Memories, 358 over 2 days, Birth by Sleep, Dream of. This is like, guys, stop it.
Yeah.
But I like to mention that I think your name is Jorge. I think it's a geek should show just some dance moves.
Yeah, that's the Geek Apprentice is Ilya's YouTube channel. She's the one that does all the choreography and on stage stuff. So
well, let me ask you this, Jess, do you have any like Zelda props or anything like the Master Sword or anything?
No, sadly I don't. I would love to.
Because I have this. Let me show you.
Oh, he's gonna show me up.
Yeah. I have this, buddy.
Nice.
One and only Kingdom Key right here. Y'all see it?
That is awesome.
Because I was thinking we can both do like a quote from our favorite game and stuff. And here's my favorite quote in all of Kingdom Hearts. With the PS shirt and all. I know the Keyblade didn't choose me. And I don't care. I'm proud to be a part of something even bigger. The people it did choose. My friends. They are my power!
Wow.
I'll be here all week.
Nice. And if people wanna catch up on you performing a bit more, they can go to your YouTube channel where you got a lot of videos on there where you're playing Just Dance, the Just Dance series. Would you say you were sponsored by them? Is that the right?
It's crazy because I love dancing. It's just part of my blood. As a person who is naturally on the move, it's very hard for me to keep still. That's why I have this in my hand. My hands always need to be doing something. I guess that's my ADD or whatever. But it's like, since I love dancing for that reason. And I started doing Just Dance videos, and they started getting really popular. And then Ubisoft noticed my videos, and they're like, "Hey, we like your stuff. How about you film some things for us to help promote the game?" And I was like, "Sure." And that did very well. They're like, "Okay, how about you choreograph a dance for us that we'll put in the game?" I was like, "Of course, yeah."
Seriously? That's awesome.
And thankfully, because of that, I was able to get to E3 because of that, because I basically worked for them at one point. But yeah, if you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/officialmochocolate, you will see me getting my groove on, getting jiggy with it.
Yeah, earlier we posted a link in the chat for your Twitter, but there should be, if you look in the description, everyone that's watching live, there should be a link for the Twitter, the YouTube,
nice.
And Twitch.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. So after, what was it like?
I do talk with my wild horse. I do talk with my hands. I know. I'm as a theater kid, theater major. We're very expressive with our hands. High five, pretty much.
Yeah. So after leaving the tester, how was that for you? After leaving the tester, and then, like, how long was it after you left before it started airing on?
I think it was 3 months.
TV.
The show. We filmed the entire show in like a week, pretty much.
Wait, seriously?
Yeah, we filmed it. It was 7 days. That's why there's 7 episodes.
I thought it was like a week between each.
No.
No.
They flew us out to LA.
Wow.
We were in a hotel doing our interviews. Then they took us to the loft. We stayed in the loft, and every day was a challenge for 7 days. And
That's crazy.
they aired each episode once a week. So it felt like we were there for seven weeks. That's why in the season finale they were like, X weeks. It was so weird when we were filming that episode. They're like, well, 4 weeks ago there were, but we're like, wait, we've only been here for like 4 days.
Yeah.
But when you watch the show, it makes sense because we watched the show as they get less and less people. So people thought I remember posting YouTube videos, and they're like, "Hey, shouldn't you be in California?" I was like, "No, the show's pre-recorded." They're like, "Oh, it is. So who wins?" I'm like, "I'm not telling you."
Yeah. So
that was the most common question: is so who wins? I'm like, I'm not gonna. Even if I did know, because I did not know, I didn't want to know. There was like, I want the show to still be a surprise for me, you know.
Yeah.
So I was like, don't tell me who wins. But I'm like, even if I did know who wins, why would I tell you? That would ruin the surprise.
Yeah. So did you begin your YouTube channel because of you being on that show?
Yes. My first YouTube channel was MandyBoy19, which I opened up when I was 19 years old, and I just posted random stuff on that channel throughout college and stuff. But then when I got on the show, I was like, let me do, because this is clearly going to lead to bigger stuff, so let me make a YouTube channel that I'll take seriously. So I opened up official. I wanted to go with Mochocolate originally, but there was already someone that had that name, so I went with Official Mochocolate, so people won't get confused. And the story behind Mochocolate is actually pretty funny, because my name is Mohammed, but everybody calls me Mo. So I wanted it to be Mo something, but I just didn't know what it was. I remember applying for. I was filling out the application, and I'm like, maybe Motown, and they're like, we can't go with that. I was like, darn it. So Mo what though? Mo what? And I remember I was filling out the application with a friend of mine in the room, and I was like, hey, what should I go with? I can't think of anything. And they're like, I don't know, Mo. You want some chocolate? You're a genius. And that's the origin of Mochocolate. Because I love chocolate, so that was a given. So I went with Mochocolate, and they were like, "That's perfect," and that's where the name came from. And I waited for the show. I waited for them to announce me as a cast first, because I opened a YouTube channel, but I posted nothing. And keeping staying silent was the hard part because Sony was watching.
Yeah.
They have all our social medias, and if anyone, we were allowed to talk to each other, but we can't say anything.
Yeah.
Sony was watching because they told us before we even left. They're like, now listen. Here's the NDA. If you mess up, we will fine you. Potentially, you'll do jail time or pay this amount of fees. Like, you cannot say anything.
Yeah.
I had to they really drilled that into our heads. Like, I was even worried to tell my family because they were just so adamant about us saying mum, you know.
Yeah.
So then the show was announced. I posted a YouTube video, which I don't like because it's like 24-year-old me. And I'm like, hi everyone, I'm Mochocolate. If you don't know, ask somebody. If they don't know, slap somebody. Ha! I'm like, oh my god, no.
It kind of goes along with I guess it wasn't a character that you portrayed because it was just yourself on there, but
you know?
it kind of goes along with the way that you were on there because you were the one that was always excited and ready to go and everything. So
and Wild Horse, thank you for the subscribe, buddy. You are awesome, my friend.
Yeah. So after I remember, I think it was your season. There was I don't know if it was a podcast or something, but it was like a hangout video or something that a bunch of you guys would do. Maybe it was a different season, but it was like after. Yeah. Like, there's like a video on YouTube, or maybe it was a Facebook video or something like that. But it was like a bunch of the members of one of the seasons. I think it was yours, because I remember seeing you in one of them, I feel like.
We did do like a group chat a few times, but that was like, we never really went on YouTube or anything as like a group. Honestly, we should have. That's a genius idea, actually. But now, whenever we had a group chat, it was always amongst ourselves, you know.
Yeah.
So I can't. I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah. Well, maybe it was
it was
a
like
different
2012
season.
when we even had a big group chat, which I can barely remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah. So maybe it was just a different season that I was thinking of. But have you stayed connected with any of them? Which of the people on there would you say that you've become like the closest friends with?
Family, yeah. We have our own private Facebook group where we all just chat on the daily. Whenever there's a big convention like E3 or PAX coming up, we all say, hey, who's going? And if you're going, let's meet up on this date, have lunch, catch up. This and that. Honestly, every time I've gone to E3, it was me and Sky Diddy, J-Ty, Christy Pride, 𝐿𝐴𝐻𝐿𝐼 all just hanging out together, and God, it's just a family, man. We're all nerdy gamers, and we all just love hanging out with people and talking about what we love, and that's games. So yeah, we're all close family. And to answer Jorge's question, yes, PlayStation probably has ninjas that have like the Ratchet and Clank Wrench or the God of War the Blades of Chaos, and I'm just like,
they'll come after you. They're real. I remember some true stories about the Nintendo ninjas. There was a used game store that started selling like Pokemon Black and White or Black and White 2 like a week early or something like that. And Nintendo had sent one of their lawyers to the used game store, like flew him out to personally visit the store. They tracked down the customer who purchased the game and like tried getting them to bring it back or something like that, and offered them so much money. And there was another story of there's an Xbox One. Someone had ordered something through Amazon.
Yeah.
And they had gotten an Xbox One like a month or 3 months before the console had even come out. And they had sent someone from Microsoft to go to the house to pick up the Xbox themselves, and in return they gave them like a new limited edition Xbox plus something. I forgot what it was, but there's crazy stories like that. Like the Xbox
ninjas, it's all just stay on their good side.
Yeah, those PlayStation ninjas, Xbox ninjas, Nintendo ninjas, they all exist.
Jesse ninjas.
It's Jesse ninjas. I don't know about that. But so is there anything else about it that you want to talk about, your experience or any opportunities that you've been offered because of being on the tester?
yeah, it's like I love that I want to talk about season 3 because season 3 came out like a year after 2, and they had Ego Raptor
Yeah.
or Aaron Hansen, the who now owns like who on Game Grumps, that massive empire now. This is back in 2012 when Game Grumps wasn't even a thing yet.
Yeah.
And it's like when he got on, and I was like, "Oh my god, you guys had Eagle Raptor! I'm so jealous!" And I contacted him on Twitter, and he surprisingly responded. We connected on Skype, and
That's how I felt about you.
Like, huh?
That's how I felt about you.
Oh, thanks.
When,
Yeah.
I remember whenever I first started my YouTube channel, I tried reaching out to some of you guys, and you replied, and I was like, "Oh my god, Mochocolate!"
He's an actual person now. And
Yeah.
it's like, and we spoke on Skype, and I'm just shaking nervously because I idolized this man since like middle school. And he was like, "Bro, no, man, I love you. You kept the show entertaining for us." So I was like, "Oh my god, you're thanking me! Oh my god!" And then going back to what I said earlier, how me being on the show, a lot of these big time YouTubers that I love to death, they met me through that show. And whenever I go to a convention, they're like, "Oh, hey, Mochog, what's up?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
"You know me?" They're like, "Of
Earlier,
course we know
earlier
you."
you named off a couple of my friends, like HMK.
Yeah,
he was in a
it's
group with
funny.
him and some of the other
The key keepers and
the
everything. Yeah.
keepers.
Because this is back in 2015 when I was in line for the Sony conference and trying to get in because I wanted that Kingdom Hearts 3 goodness back when it was still a dream.
Yeah.
It wasn't.
Will it ever come out?
It wasn't an arm reach away from me. You know what I'm saying? Like back in 2015, I couldn't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It was a dream I was trying to reach for. Still waiting that bloody
this Kingdom
13
Hearts
year
3?
wait. Yeah,
this 3?
that's a nice one.
Yeah.
So I'm in line, and we got to talking about Kingdom Hearts because they just released the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer where they showed Xemnas in the new render, and he looked kind of iffy. And HMK, and at the time I had no idea who he was. He joins the conversation, and he's like, "So what do you guys think about the redesign?" And we're all like, "Ugh," pretty much. And I noticed his shirt. His shirt had like the Master Sword in like an anvil or something, but it was the Kingdom Key instead. I was like, "That is an awesome shirt, man. Where'd you get that?" And he said, "Oh, fan sent it to me." I said, "Oh, cool." So then, after a long hours of waiting in line, they all tell us to leave because they won't let us into the conference. We're like, "Darn it!" My friend who is a fan of HMK, he wanted a picture of him, but he was too nervous to ask him. I was like, "I got you." So I go and ask him. He was like, "Hey, can you give my friend a picture?" And he was like, someone in his crew was like, "Wait, aren't you Mochocolate?" I was like, "I am." And then he was like, "Oh my god, you're Mochocolate?" I was like, "Yes, what's up?" And then we hugged. He was like, "I loved you on the tester, man." I was like, "Thank you, man." And
That's
he told me
awesome.
he gave me his card. And I went to YouTube, and I was like, "Wow, man, you're also a Kingdom Hearts fan. So subscribe." And I've been a fan of him since. It's funny because I was a fan of the Gamer Joint before I met HMK.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh, there's a Kingdom Hearts group, the Key Keepers, cool, and he's in it, awesome." And then I met everybody at E3 last year when they had the Kingdom Hearts 3 demo, and I waited 6 hours in line to play this 10-minute demo. I'm that committed.
I can't believe you and I were at the same E3 and somehow never thought to like reach out to each other.
Did you tell me you were at E3 that day?
Maybe.
I can't remember. It was last year, yeah.
Maybe
But it's
it
funny
was the
because
day that I was busy
I did
or
the same,
something. I don't know. I said maybe it was the day that I was busy or something. I don't remember.
Probably, yeah. But I did the same thing for back when Zelda was the only game and Nintendo was showing off. I waited 5 hours in line to play Zelda, and I remember. I think it was on day 2 when me and my friends decided, no, we're playing that game today. When they opened up the doors and there was just a stampede of fans running towards the booth. I was in that stampede.
Nice.
So whenever they play that video, I was there. I was in that stampede. And I got a badass shirt now thanks to it.
I wasn't
yeah,
at E3 that year, but I had some friends there, and they talked about how crazy it was that
yeah.
everyone that went in through the door at E3, like that was the game everybody went to
Reggie
first.
Fils-Aimé came out and shook everyone's hands saying, "Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting." I
That's
was like, "Reggie
awesome.
Fils-Aimé, you're awesome." And then yeah, but rewinding back to what I went about when I met all the Keykeepers and I started talking with them, and they were like, "Hey, Mochocolate." I was like, "You know me?" Like, "Yeah, everyone knows you, man." I was like, "Oh my god, I love y'all."
Yeah.
It was nice, man. So thanks to the tester, I all these people know of me, and I got to I was so close to getting on King of the Nerds season 3. This close, literally this close. They were like, "Oh, you're also," because season 2 also had someone on the tester, and I was friends with the casting agent at that point, and they were like, "Hey man, if there's a season 3, we're getting you on season 3, guaranteed." I was like, "Yay!" So I auditioned again, and they were like, "Yeah, you're getting on." I went to the airport and everything, ready to go to my final interview, and they were like, "Actually, Mo, we went to go a different direction." I was like,
No.
"Okay." So I was at the airport, all happy and bouncing up and down, like, "I'm going on the King of the Nerds, yay!" And then they're like, "Actually, we went with someone else." It
That's
was a
so
last
heartbreaking.
minute decision, yeah.
I can't believe
So
that.
so so
That's
that happened, but it's fine. And yeah, to this day, man, when I went to New York Comic Con last year, there were people, "Hey Mo, what's up?" I'm like, it's been over 10 years. How y'all still remember me? I
yeah.
guess it's because when I was on the show, I don't want to sound like I'm bragging or anything, but I guess I impacted their lives that much to where they remember me.
Yeah, that you
So it's
sorry.
awesome.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's you, like you were on almost every episode of that season, so all except for the last one. And then for everyone that watched it, I'm sure you're the one that like stood out to everyone because you were kind of the comedy guy on there. Because like some of the people were more quiet, and some of them
Oh
were.
my god, I was
Uh,
bored. Whenever there was a drama season or a serious moment, they would cut to me for like the comedy or just lighten up the mood. They already knew. They were like, "Yeah, you are staying, Mo. Like you have that energy and the positivity that we need. You are staying. Even if you
yeah,
mess up your challenge, we will get you to stay." And to Chublima, thank you for the comment. Love the energy from Mochocolate. Thank you for the
yeah,
comment.
that's
You were awesome.
Kayla. She's one of the hosts on the podcast.
You are
So
breathtaking. You are
you're
breathtaking.
breathtaking.
Thank you very much for that comment. Mwah! Thank you for that. That's so awesome of you to say.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So
they knew that we have the one person who is the determined one. We have the clown. We have the villain. We have the bitch. We have the serious one, and we have the drama queen, the crybaby, and then you have Mo,
yeah.
who is just Mo.
All right. So have we covered about everything from the test, or is there anything else you
Yeah,
want to talk about?
yeah. I see you're also a fan of Dragon Ball back there.
Yeah, yeah, I got some Gokus. So that's it actually took me a long time to find an Ultra
I
Instinct
want.
Goku because
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah,
had just came
yeah,
out at the time.
say. So, what are your thoughts on the English version of Ultimate Battle?
The song?
Yeah,
I don't,
it's so bad.
yeah, it
It is.
like
It
the
is. It is. It is roadkill for the ears.
I've never been that big into the songs. It's like
I
they're always
love the
like
song.
they're either good or meh. Like there's never been one that stood out as being horrible, and there's never been one that stood out as being like just overly amazing in the way that some music from like Final Fantasy or The Legend of Zelda stands out, or even Kingdom Hearts. Like there's music in that game that stands out. Well, rather those games that stand out. Uh,
Yeah,
I don't know.
my
If,
biggest. Go
sorry,
on.
I was gonna say I don't know if you would call them songs or like sound
Yeah, I
effects
would. Yeah.
or whatever it is, but like there's the Jiren song to where it's like
Eh.
dear near I can't even do it, but there's like that song, and then there's the one that plays with whenever I think it's the one that you were mentioning. Whenever Goku goes like Ultra
Ultra Instinct,
Instinct or
yeah,
whatever,
it's
that
called
one.
Ultimate Battle, and I freaking love that song, man. Like whenever I'm working out, you can play that song over anything, and it'll be the most epic thing ever.
But
It can
not the
be,
English version.
well, yes, because that can die in a fire for all I care. You can have someone simply chopping potatoes, and Ultimate Battle plays, and it'll be like ga 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 say. It's so epic, but it's
It
like
is.
what really bothers me about the English dub. I love the English dub. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't get why Funimation feels the need to dub everything in English for Dragon Ball only, for My Hero, for One Punch, for Mob Psycho. The theme song or any song in the show is always a Japanese version.
Yeah.
But for Dragon Ball, the theme song is all English. Like why?
Maybe
Makes no sense.
maybe it's because of the
So popular.
yeah,
That's
it's
why.
like they don't want to put the money in to redub everything else because Dragon Ball is just the one
It's
that does it a lot
big.
better.
Like that is
Yeah.
that is like their head card. That's their baby. Like when you
Yeah.
think Funimation Dragon Ball, instantly.
So
No,
what?
but
Sorry, I was
no,
gonna.
that's what I was gonna say.
All right, I was gonna say what was your thoughts on because the series ended or went on hiatus or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
They released the Broly movie, which I really liked,
Ah.
and then they announced they're working on a 2020. I think it's a 2020 movie.
Yeah.
So, what was your thoughts on like the way that the series ended, and then
I liked it.
the Broly
They
movie?
definitely. I feel like it's. Here's my thing with Super. I like Super. Don't get me wrong. But it just sucks that you have to sit through so much garbage till it actually gets good. The Battle of Gods arc, the Frieza arc. No,
Yeah.
that had the worst animation, the worst. Everything about it was just complete shit. Everything. Then they had the new tournament arc, which was good.
Mm-hmm.
Then they had the Goku Black arc. I don't like it.
You didn't
there
like
are
it?
There are some good moments, but it's
Ah.
so convoluted. It went on for too long. They went to the future, went to the past, went to the future, went to the past, went to the future, went to the past. It was like, guys, it's just, this isn't Samurai Jack. Stop it.
I
And
love
I
the
thought-
idea. I just didn't like how they like it was. It seems like a good idea someone had during a boardroom meeting, and then they just
Yeah.
ruined it.
I still don't understand. Because wait, what's confusing to me is that okay, so there's three timelines. There's Trunks timeline, there's Goku timeline, and then the Zamzu timeline. So, because when Zamzu took over Goku's body,
Yeah.
it was in his timeline, but somehow he went to Trunks' timeline. Like they never explained it. It's just so. And I freaking play Kingdom Hearts. I'm used to to confusing storylines, but that was just way too convoluted. So I'm like, guys, just stop. And there are some shining moments, like Trunks defeating Zamsu with the energy sword, very badass. But then I thought it was a massive cop out that Zenny killed everything. I was like, that was cop out.
Yeah,
But then we
that
had the
was
Tournament
odd.
of Power. Then it gets good. The animation gets good. The writing gets good. The pacing gets good. Everything. Then the last 3 episodes of Super, I kid you not. Well, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen Dragon Ball Super, the last 3 episodes, you've been warned. Like the Jiren and Goku and Frieza fight is my favorite moment in all of Dragon Ball. From Dragon Ball to Dragon Ball Z, GT, Kai. That is my favorite of all time moment because it's so goddamn epic.
Yeah. There's a
My
statue.
God, I remember when I first watched it, I jumped off. I was screaming. I was jumping. My shirt came off. I was punching the walls. I got my first noise complaint at my apartment because I was screaming so loud. It was so hype. And then it ends.
Yeah.
It's like you have to it's like going on a date, you know? We have to sit through all the boring stuff, and then at the end it gets good, and then it ends.
Yeah.
So it's like now that I know the manga is still going. I've been
Moro
avoiding it. Yeah, I
is his
don't.
name.
All I know is that he's good with magic, and he stopped Goku and Vegeta from going Super Saiyan. I don't know how. I've been avoiding all the mangas, and then they're working on the Broly movie, which
It was. So something that I never.
Look at that, right
What is
there.
it? Oh, you got the poster. Nice.
Right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
So.
See it? Damn it,
Yeah,
hold on.
you got the poster there. We can see it. We know what it is.
Okay, yeah. Big fan. My god, that is godlike animation right there. I freaking loved it. To see going to the movie theater with a packed audience, all Dragon Ball Z fans, that is an experience that can never be topped.
Yeah.
Seriously.
You were
I
talking
loved
about
it,
the
and-
music earlier.
Huh?
You were talking about the Dragon Ball Z music earlier.
Mhm.
They have the song in it where they're like chanting Goku's name, and I think they might be chanting Broly's name as well. But they said that was inspired because the last few episodes that you were talking about, they had played those in Mexico, like whatever the area is called, I forget, but they played it like outside in like a crowded city, and there's like giant crowds of Dragon Ball fans watching it, like someone would be watching it in a crowd of people at like Times Square in New York.
Yeah.
And everyone was chanting for Goku, and they said
Yeah.
watching that inspired them to put the chants in the actual Dragon Ball
I would love
movie.
to go to a public showing of God. I'm so they had that in Mexico, but not in the U.S. I was just like, why?
Yeah.
We'll gladly sell out a whole arena.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but apparently Dragon Ball is twice as popular in Mexico as it is in America, and it's already insanely popular in America.
That is, I wonder why.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh well,
But-
no one really knows. It just is.
Yeah.
But what other animes have you been have you been watching the new My Hero season?
No, I've not been I don't know if you would call it an anime, but my daughter has been in love with Pokemon because she just recently turned 4.
You raised her
so
well, man.
yeah, so we've been watching through that. Anytime there's free time to watch TV or something, like there's a few shows that I'll watch, and then there's like I like watching The Flash and the other DC TV shows. But whenever
If I ever have kids, I've already told my parents this, and I'm only going to have kids if my potential girlfriend agrees to this. If we have a boy, his name will be Sora.
Nice.
If we have a girl, her name will be Zelda.
Nice.
If you agree to those terms, then we will have kids.
That's perfect.
And I'm gonna make my damnedest to make sure that they're nerdy, that they love games, that they love anime, that they love video, all that jazz. I'm gonna make sure of that.
Yeah, with my daughter Layla, she loved. We tried watching a few episodes of Dragon Ball because like the dub episodes came out with like the last few episodes, and I put them on, and she seemed to like the colors and the action and stuff that was going on because she didn't know any of the characters and stuff. But then you put on Pokemon, and she knows like almost all of them, even like some of the obscure Pokemon that I still don't even know who they are because there's like almost 1,000 of them. Like she knows them and I don't. So like we'll watch that whenever there's free time to watch stuff and I'm not busy working on something. But other than that, the anime that I really like is there was an old anime movie. I think they made a TV adaptation about it. Got my words mixed up there. But it was 3x3 Eyes, and then I loved Yu Yu Hakusho as well.
Spear Blast.
Yeah, it's that show's crazy.
Spirit Gun.
Spirit Gun.
Right?
Yeah,
Silly
Spirit
me.
Gun. That show's crazy. And then
I can see the pitchforks coming already.
no, there was Kuwabara has the spirit sword in there as well. Yeah, he's basically their version of Trunks. But like you watch those, and I never paid attention to it because it's like I paid attention, but like you watch the characters and they're in like middle school or high school or whatever, and they're supposed to be like 12 or 13, but they look like adults. Especially Kuwabara is like this giant kid with red hair, and he's got like a really deep voice, and he's like 12 or something, and it's like what? Yeah. But like that's something that's common in anime. But it's like the first time that I watched it when I was younger, I remember thinking like, oh, there must be like 20 years old or something like that. And then watching it as an adult and rewatching through it, and you're like, that's like a 12-year-old. Why is like everyone putting their faith in 12-year-old? But that's basic anime tropes. So
I just don't get why they don't release anime films an actual worldwide release in the US. You know what I'm saying? Like the
Yeah.
My Hero and Dragon Ball film, that needs to be released like Pixar film, because when Dragon Ball Broly was released, it made more money than Aquaman did in one day, than Aquaman did its entire run.
It's crazy.
Like that, like it's big.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I know that My Hero is getting another movie later this year. That needs to be released in the U.S., but like worldwide. I guess because Funimation does have the money or whatever. But is correct me if I'm wrong, but doesn't Disney technically own Dragon Ball now? The film rights?
Think they own the American publishing rights or something like that.
Because they own 20th Century Fox, which own Dragon Ball. So
Yeah.
I don't mean if Disney owns Dragon Ball, and if they can make the Marvel films that good, imagine what they can do with Dragon Ball. Just saying.
Yeah.
Like we
It would
deserve.
end up a lot better than Evolution.
We just don't. My ears.
The sad thing about that is I like the actor that they had playing Piccolo. I like the actor they had playing Goku. I like the actress they had playing Bulma, but like they just don't put them in a Dragon Ball movie because they're in the show Shameless, which I like, or at least the one that plays Goku and Bulma is Emmy something, and then Justin Chatwin. He's in a bunch of movies that I like. And then whenever I seen they were in the Dragon Ball movie, I'm like, oh, that might be cool. And then you watch the trailer and you're like,
I saw
nope,
the trailer.
Nope.
But because the thing is, Hollywood thought that nobody in the U.S. knew what Dragon Ball was, so they changed it to make it more suitable for Western audiences.
Yeah, there was a bunch of
In high
interviews where they're
school,
like,
just
well,
basically-
it's an adaptation of the story.
Yeah.
And as soon as I heard that, I'm like, oh, it's ruined. Even they know it's ruined.
They can't. What really bothers me is like they couldn't. I hate it when they make unnecessary changes. Like, why is it that Goku turns into the Azaru, the great ape, at a eclipse?
Yeah.
Not
Piccolo kills.
I can make a full moon.
Piccolo kills his grandfather instead of him stepping on it, which is like a big centerpiece of
Something
like,
as simple as a full moon they couldn't even get right. Just okay, hold on. I'm getting angry. Let me chill. I hate this
the
movie,
Kamehameha
man.
at the end of it was
hate this
weird.
movie, so let's move on. But there is one good thing that came out of it though, because of how poorly Dragon Ball Evolution did. Oh my throat. Akira Toriyama was like, no, I need to fix this.
Yeah.
And then Super came back, and then the movies came back, and then
That's
now
why they made Battle of Gods.
Things always go bad before getting good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So,
But it's like that's just the thing. That's why I don't like the Death Note movie. Also, the Netflix Death Note movie.
I thought it was
the same thing happened. They thought nobody in the U.S. knew what Death Note was, so they changed a few things to make it suitable for Western audience. And I'm sorry.
Did you watch the original movies?
Huh? Yeah, I love Death Note. I love it.
No, not the TV, like not the anime of it. Like there was original Japanese movies that they made.
There was, yeah, and look how much better it is.
Yeah.
People were like, you can't condense all of Death Note into a movie. Yes, you can.
They were amazing.
The Japan, they did that because they had passion for the project.
Yeah.
Americans, not so much. They just like, let's change a few things here to make us this. No one knows what Death Note is, and it's like they couldn't even. The fact that when you touch a Death Note, you're supposed to see the Shinigami, but they changed it in the movie. Why? An unnecessary change that would help the characters in the movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why do that change? It's like they made his girlfriend.
People in the chat are agreeing with you.
Yeah, thank you. You guys are all awesome. But it's like, why did you make the girlfriend the villain? The girlfriend was more like Yakami than like Yakami was like Yakami.
Yeah, that end of it was so. It was like so coincidental, I guess.
So aggravating. Like, why is it so hard, Hollywood? Why?
Yeah.
I don't get it. But Mo, you can't get. Yes, you can.
I think they're making another
passion
one
behind it. Yes, you can. Sorry, I keep interrupting you, man. Sorry.
No, it's cool. I'm interrupting you. I was just saying that I think they're making.
We're nerd raging, guys. Don't mind us. But it's like, I was when I found out that L was being played by a black guy, I was like, yes, now I get to cosplay as L. But No, like you can tell the actor was a fan. The fact that L wears a white shirt only once
Well,
the entire movie.
that was the thing with Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution. They what was it? They didn't want to make him an alien or something like that, but the actor who played Piccolo was an actual fan, and they were just wanting him to be like just a typical black guy villain. But the actor that was playing him was like, no, Piccolo has to be green. He has to be an alien. He has to be like this.
They're like, shut up, we're paying you. Like, okay. And now he plays Zamasu. Isn't that crazy?
Wait, he is?
The guy who played Piccolo in Dragon Ball Evolution is the voice actor for Zamasu, just as his way of apologizing to the fan base.
That worked out good for him then.
But yeah, but that just goes to show
he got
you,
sliced up by Trunks, but
that goes to show you how much they don't care. The fact that simply giving L a white shirt, they couldn't even get right. Simply giving him a white shirt.
Yeah.
We're not talking about CGI or a whole city. A fucking white shirt.
It seemed like they were more focused on gore than they were like getting small details right.
Yeah, bro. R-rated Netflix. Like this is good. We like William Dafoe as what's his name again?
My mind's blank.
As Ryu. Yeah, Ryu.
Yeah.
William Dafoe. That's perfect casting. And no,
I even forgot who Zamasu was there for a second. Then I had to think. Trump sliced him up.
If you like it, that's fine. But as a fan, they horribly fucked it up.
Yeah.
Like the director had to leave Twitter because people were harassing him so much. Because that's what happens when you don't respect the source material.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't mind changes, but if you shit on it, we will attack you. Prime example, Deadpool. The reason why Deadpool did so good is because they made the movie specifically for the fans, the hardcore fans, and
Ryan Reynolds was a huge fan as well.
Exactly. You can see the passion in the movie. Like they respected the source material, and because they respected it, it did so well. What a surprise! When you make the nerds happy, we give you money.
Yeah.
I don't get why that's so hard for Hollywood to understand, but they want to make money. We'll give you money. Just respect the goddamn source material. I'm open to change. I know it's the adaptation, but respect the source material. Imagine if they ever made a Legend of Zelda movie, and Link was a octopus. Link wasn't like a human with pointy ears. He was an octopus for whatever reason.
Yeah.
People would be pissed the fuck off, right?
That's hilarious.
Like, instead of wearing the green tunic, it is a black tunic, because it's edgy and serious.
Yeah.
You know?
They barely got away with that in Breath of the Wild, where they changed it to the blue champion's tunic, but they got lucky, and it worked.
But I'm reading the chat right now, and I like how everyone is talking amongst themselves now about how that is awesome. Thank you guys for that. But let me ask you this, Jesse. If they were to make a Zelda movie, do you think Link should talk in the film, or just be mum and just be like yeah in the film?
Okay, so I have a friend who played Link in a trailer or a commercial, whatever you want to call it, for what was going to be a like their pitch for a full-length Zelda movie, and they did it perfect to where it takes place entirely like underground, like in like the basement of a church, to make it look like a dungeon. And it's like 2 minutes of Zelda, Link, and Navi, and they're sitting at a table, and there's like a prison cellar thing behind them. And when Zelda's talking, when it comes time for Link to reply, instead of Link replying, Navi or Navy, whatever you want to call the fairy,
listen,
there's a voice actor playing Navi, and Navi is like speaking for Link, basically. Like she's not speaking for Link, but she's giving the dialogue there, to like have the conversation go back and forth, and then Link's just like...
So there wouldn't be text on screen, it would be actual voice talking.
Yeah, like Link stays quiet, and then like Navi the fairy, like she's her own person, and she's the one that replies to Zelda. That way,
Oh, I see. He doesn't
yeah,
talk for. Hey, Link, we need you to go up the mountain. The mountain, the mountain. That's far away. I know it's far away, but you gotta. Okay, we'll get there in no time. And then they just
yeah,
go because like she's being basically the voice for
yeah,
Link, but
like
he's the whole time.
yeah, like Link, he's like he might respond emotionally, like he'll just like shrug his shoulders or like he'll nod his head or whatever, but Navi's the one that's like, if Link and I have to go all the way up this mountain, we're
Well,
gonna
here's the
be
thing, though. The
pissed.
reason why Link doesn't talk in the video game is because he is you. He's the link
Yeah,
between the game. But this is a movie, though. You're not playing the game.
yeah. There are a few
So
games where he doesn't have like voice acting or whatever, but like in Breath of the Wild and Skyward Sword and some of the other games, like he has dialogue choices. But again,
yeah,
that goes more in line with you getting to choose what his reply
yeah,
is.
true. But he did talk before. Well, excuse me, princess.
Yeah,
And every time he did talk, or wow, what are all those heads?
yeah. The
Gee,
famous
it
one.
sure
I'm
is
so
boring
hungry, I could
around
eat an
here.
Octorok. Or no,
I'm
was
so
it a
hungry, I
Dodongo?
can get an Octorok. Like,
Yeah,
whenever Link does speak, we're like, shut up. Never again. So
yeah,
my thing is, it's a movie, though. It's a different form of medium, but because that's the whole reason why he doesn't talk. So for him to talk would kind of make sense in the movie, but Link as a character does not talk. So they would have to. I do like your way of him not having to talk, just shrugging
yeah. I'll
or
send you a link
making
to that
noise.
video
So that's
later.
a pretty good. Let's see what the chat. Oh my God, everyone is talking about this now. Let's see what y'all think.
Excuse me, cringy. Pretty much, he should only
Link
talk at
should
highly
talk,
important
but
moments.
only briefly. He should be
Yeah,
similar to Samurai Jack, where he just barely says anything. Yeah,
yeah.
I agree with that.
There's
I love
also
Link
like
into Link
Silent
or
Bob
any
from
other
Jay and
movie, but
Silent
I
Bob.
would have to execute masterfully since silent protagonists are hard. True, I agree with you. Yeah, pretty much he should only talk a highly important moments. Cool, but maybe like Silent Bob, where he
Yeah,
has one long monologue.
yeah,
Excuse me, I can't wait to bomb some dust. I can't wait to bomb the dongles. Have
yeah,
Link speak brief dialogue. Zelda or Ganondorf characters would do much of the talking, while he would basically more of the action man. Okay, they should, bro. They need to make a Smash Bros. Universe or a Smashverse where
yeah.
Nintendo releases a movie like Link or Kirby, and then Mario, and then Luigi, and then at the end of every after credit, they get the invitation. Then they make Smash Bros. It's, you know what I'm saying? How else would
Yes.
that be? The
So
Smashverse or the universe of Smash
yeah. So my
or the Smash
idea
Bros.
for the
Universe.
perfect game is taking. You'll understand it because you played Smash Bros and you played Kingdom
Hmm.
Hearts. So take the Kingdom Hearts concept of an original character going to different worlds or universes and apply that to Nintendo. So like
Yeah.
you play as an original character, whether it's Sora or someone else, and you can go to Mushroom Kingdom, you can go to
Oh my
Hyrule Kingdom, you
God,
can
that
go
would be
to
awesome.
Donkey Kong Country, you can go wherever. And then yeah, that would basically be it. Like
Well, I
you
was
can
talking
have
about I was talking about
yeah, like
movie.
a movie
So
series.
yeah,
They joked around about that.
that'd
The
be awesome.
directors
Why
of
don't they do
the
that?
Pokemon,
A
the
Pokemon,
Pokemon.
because how good Detective Pikachu, which by the way I
Yeah,
love
yeah.
that movie.
The
They're
directors
gonna
of
have a
that.
Pokemon verse now, which
Yeah,
I'm down for.
yeah. They were joking around about like if that movie did well, they had ideas to create like an expanded Pokemon world, and if that did good, they would love to like explore it even further with like different Nintendo franchises. And even next year, I think it's next year, they're working on that animated Mario movie. So
Oh yeah, by the people that made this Despicable Me.
yeah, and
I'm
if
down for it.
Illumination Studios, I
I
think.
really like the movie Sing. I'm not really a fan of the Minions, but I trust them. I'm sure Nintendo will oversee it this time.
Yeah,
The last time there was a Mario Brothers movie, we don't talk about
yeah.
it.
It was made
What's
by
your
people
name?
that didn't even know
Mario.
it was a
What's
game.
your last name? Mario.
Yeah.
But
But we know for a fact because Pokemon did so well.
yeah.
If this Mario movie does well, then you know for a fact Nintendo is going to want to at least either make a sequel or give them access to another franchise, whether it's like The Legend of Zelda or Donkey Kong or whatever. There used to be the Donkey Kong TV show that used to come on. It was like animated, a weird animated show. So
very weird.
They've had the Donkey Kong TV show. They got the Mario thing coming up. Sonic
Zelda TV
is
show, Sonic TV
rebooting
show.
Their thing. Like
there was even a Kirby TV show.
Yeah, Mega Man,
Fox Kids, yeah.
Pac-Man had a TV show. They've had enough TV shows and movies that whether they were good or bad, they could theoretically put them together.
Even Bubsy had his own TV show. Wait, no, he didn't. He had a pilot, but never got a TV show.
Didn't Donkey Kong appear in?
Wrong.
There was an Adam Sandler movie called Pixels, where like the video game characters came to life because they aliens. Did it have Donkey Kong in it?
It had
was
the barrels.
Pac-Man?
The last scene was Donkey Kong, where they jump over the barrels and they have the hammers.
Yeah.
But the movie itself was
that would have costed way too much to get Donkey Kong in there.
I had this idea, like you mentioned the thing about Kingdom Hearts and Nintendo. Yeah. I think DreamWorks should do something like that.
Oh yeah, the
play
Shrek
as a character.
People.
You play as a character and you go to Shrek world, the Kung Fu Panda world, the How to Train Your Dragon world. Like that'd be awesome.
That would be great.
I don't know why apparently
and with Shrek you already have all of the different fairy tale characters in there.
Oh my god, they can make fun of Kingdom Hearts, yeah. Oh, here's a giant key. And bash him over head with it and then it just breaks.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, but somebody told me that Disney owns the rights to that idea or something.
The rights to what idea?
To traveling. I don't know how Disney can own an idea, but apparently I mentioned that on my Twitch stream, which by the way, my Twitch stream is right here. I put it in the chat if you follow if you liked. But someone sent in the chat that Disney owns the rights to that concept of traveling to other worlds, but I don't know if that's true or not, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I would say Avengers kind of would go against that cuz like
yeah.
But Avengers is owned by Disney as well.
That's true.
No, yeah. Sony did the Spider-Man thing where but that's like that's just different Spider.
But I think in the realm of video games, I mean, I could be wrong. But that's what he told me. I doubt they own that concept. But DreamWorks, in the rare chance you're watching, hop on that.
Yeah.
Like, I get a brawler or something. Just I want to fight alongside Kung Fu Panda and Shrek. All the memes of Shrek there is, and the original cast has to come back.
They all have their own video games already.
They do, yeah.
So the other day, what actually brought this on was I think you had posted something about Dragon Ball Fighters, or you were streaming it or something, and I commented
I love
on
Dragon
it.
Ball Fighters.
So
it's because I'm usually good at Smash Bros, but I've never been good at traditional fighting games like Street Fighter or Tekken or whatever. But for the first time, I can say I'm good at a traditional fighting game, and I have it on the PS4. My PSN is MannyBoy23 if you want to add me, and I'll gladly whoop your ass with the Wolfang Fist of Fury.
Nice.
But one thing you were talking about how you want Ultra Instinct and
I said it would be interesting.
Yeah.
Because like in every video game adaptation of something, they have to like have all the fighters equal to each other to where it levels out. But I said it would be funny if they had a mode to where you could go in and then like if someone picked normal Goku, this isn't the example I used, but this might be a better example. If someone picks normal Goku and then someone picks Super Saiyan 1 Goku, Super Saiyan's supposed to be like all of your stats get boosted times 50. So then like one hit from normal Goku would be like one hit from Super Saiyan Goku would be like 50
damage.
Hits from normal Goku. But in the tweet that I was talking to you, I used the example of having like Broly, like legendary Super Saiyan full power Broly, whatever you want to call it, or Ultra Instinct Goku, or Super Saiyan Blue Gogeta, or whoever. Someone that's like millions of times stronger than someone like Raditz at the beginning of the DBZ saga, or even one of the even weaker Dragon Ball characters. and then having like someone being able to get like 1,000 hits on someone and it not even have their health bar go down an inch.
I see what you mean, yeah. But I people complain that there's too many Gokus, which I understand. But all I want is Ultra Instinct Goku. Please give us that.
Yeah.
I also think this is a video I plan on making on all my channels. You guys get the exclusive preview. But pretty much, I want Ultra Instinct Goku. I want Mr. Popo. That's all the fun you can have with that in Dragon Ball FighterZ. I want Master Roshi, and I want Pikkon. He needs to be in the fighting game. And I haven't figured on the last one yet, but I'm thinking maybe King Kai.
Yeah.
Or something like we've never seen him fight, but that'd be pretty awesome.
They could be saving
Oob from GT, because we need to get some color in Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Well, a lot of people forget Oob. He's actually an original Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z character, because he was in those last episodes of Dragon Ball Z in that tournament, and then he's in it's in the manga too, which the people that don't know that are watching, Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, both of them, the anime, in the manga it's just Dragon Ball. Like they probably have like a Dragon Ball Z manga now, but originally when they made Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the anime, they were both just from Dragon Ball, the manga. Like whenever you would see Super Saiyan Goku, it wouldn't be in the manga Dragon Ball Z, it's just Dragon Ball.
Do you know why Dragon Ball Z is called Dragon Ball Z?
I have no idea.
Because Z in Japan means 2.
Oh.
So since Dragon Ball Z is a sequel to Dragon Ball, that's why it's called Dragon Ball Z.
That's interesting.
Useless information.
So Ultra Instinct Goku and stuff, I could see them saving that for like Dragon Ball FighterZ 2 or something. If they end up doing that.
I'm sorry. I think Z means sequel or something. But pretty much Z means sequel or 2, but that's why it's called Z.
Are you excited for Kakarot?
Yes, I am.
Is that the name of it? Kakarot?
I'm not excited for it. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, bro, but the year 2020 for gamers is going to be paradise.
Yeah.
We have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. We have The Last of Us Part 2.
You probably end up getting that on the PlayStation 5.
Yeah, probably. We have The Last of Us Part 2. We have for fucking the Final Fantasy VII remake. We have the Avengers game. We have Cyberpunk. We have Doom Eternal, the PS5, and the Xbox Scarlet.
Yeah,
all of those. So looking forward to 2020, man.
All of the rumored Nintendo games as well.
I've never played Final Fantasy VII, so it's going to be a brand new experience for me. And my God, the graphics, the gameplay, ugh.
Yeah, it looks better than the anime movie that they released. Like
that's crazy because the anime movie looks amazing.
Yeah, I remember they went to remake it or whatever, and there was an interview with the director or producer, whoever it was.
Animal Crossing, yeah.
Yeah, and they said something like, "Are you going to be reusing the characters and stuff, the models from the Advent Children movie?" And he's like straight up said no, that like the games now look better than the character models and stuff for the movie that they made then, so they wouldn't be able to use anything from that, which is why it was going to take so long.
Like this how good the graphics are. The graphics, the animation, and Advent Children is basically the in-game cutscenes now. That there's not even the close to cinematics now, pretty much. That's the crazy part.
A few years ago, Ratchet and Clank on the normal PlayStation 4, not even the PS4 Pro, just the normal PlayStation 4, looked identical to the movie that released in theaters for the went along with the game. And it's crazy. They even joked about it in the game, because it's like the game based off the movie based off the game or something like that.
Well, let me ask you this, and this question is for the chat also. How much do you think the PS5 and next Xbox should cost? Do you think they shouldn't go above 600? I think 500 is a sweet spot. I think PlayStation should have 2 bundles, one that's maybe 2 terabytes and one that's 1 terabyte, or maybe one that has 4K and one that has 8K. You know what I'm saying? One that's 500, one 600. Because the last time Sony made a console that was 600 did not go so well for them.
Yeah, I think it's going to be 400 again. I don't even think it's going to be 500. Like, it sounds impressive,
lot.
everything that it has. Like, they're talking about, like, the standard is going to try to be, like, 4K at 60 frames. It's going to be capable, or at least they say it's going to be capable of 8K. I have no idea what that is. That's just, like, the new stuff. It's an easier way for developers to do lighting in a game. For, like, the lighting engine to make it more realistic. And not only does it make it look better, but it's a lot easier to program. Instead of, like, going in and having, like, I guess an easy way to explain it is, like, instead of having, like, little mirrors, is what I'm going to call it, where rays of light can hit, like, a surface and reflect off of it and hit another surface and reflect off of it and stuff. The reason they call it ray tracing is because the rays of light, like, it just works, is how they say it. Like, you don't have to go in and be like, this is how it looks if it reflects off this surface, and this is how it looks if it reflects off that. You can just click it, turn it on, and it just works.
What's crazy is that the specs are pretty similar. That is almost too similar, if you ask me, with the PS5 and Xbox. Almost as if they're working together.
Yeah, the specs and everything is very similar, but I don't see it being anywhere over $400 to $500 for the PlayStation 5, because, like, they talk about it like it's going to be this high-end PC equivalent, but it's like today, or when they first announced that they were working on, like, the next PlayStation or whatever, like, that, like, last year or this year, like, that would be a high-end PC. But by the end of 2020, the end of next year, that's not going to be high-end spec. Like, that's just going to be middle-of-the-road PC specs, like when the PlayStation 4 originally released. Like, that was just middle-of-the-road PC specs. It was just a giant leap from what we did have with the PlayStation 3. Just like the PS4 Pro is, they call it a half-gen leap, or even with the Xbox One X, it's a half-gen leap. So
that's one thing I really hope they don't do for the next gen. Don't give me a upgraded version 3 years later.
Yeah, the PS5 Pro or whatever.
I don't want that. Just give us make it slimmer and run better and less energy and less money. That's fine, but I hated that we had the Xbox One, then Xbox One X, then Xbox One S. Is like, no.
Yeah.
I don't want that. Just give us one console and then make it cheaper as it goes on. That's my biggest thing. But I see everyone in the chat saying 500 is the right number, which I do agree.
Yeah, we got 22 people watching in the live chat, if my phone is correct. And
yeah, I see you too.
I'm sorry to do this, because having a lot of fun chatting with you, and we've been going on for a while. We didn't even get to chat about Zelda, but that's a good thing, because that means next week or the week after, when we don't have a guest scheduled, you can come on the official podcast and chat with us. Since we got
this is my own movie before we go to the Avengers.
Yeah. Since this gets the interview out of the way for all of the subscribers and everyone to watch.
Hi, everybody.
And get to know you.
Thank you all so much for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
You have literally anything you can be doing right now, but you're choosing to watch just two nerds talking about nerd stuff. So thank you very much for that. We love each and every one of you, because you are awesome just that way. Mwah. You're all breathtaking. You all are.
Better than I could have said it. Yeah, it's I don't know what time it is for you or the people that's watching, but yeah, it just turned 1 a.m. for me, which is why I noticed.
I'm active now. I can't go to bed now. But before I go, does the chat have any questions for me?
Yeah.
You can ask me literally anything.
We have a few seconds, or not a few seconds, a few minutes for some questions. Some people in the chat. They're still on the PS5.
PS5 with 2 cup holders. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. For $500, you should.
With a Switch Pro. Wait, what?
What is it?
A Switch Pro. I'll buy a PS5 if it comes with a Switch. That'd be pretty crazy.
No, so the Switch Pro. Here's my theory. Here's my theory with the Switch Pro. I think unless a Nintendo Switch Pro, which as of right now is unannounced, unless it comes out in early 2020, I don't think one will come out. I think
a Switch Pro would be awesome with a better processor, better better memory, like a better kickstand, all that stuff.
But what I think would
Gibbs,
happen
Gibbs,
is...
Gibbs, if you follow me on Twitch, I will gladly marry you till the end of the earth, buddy.
Yeah.
My Twitch, I will be streaming Resident Evil 5 on my Twitch tomorrow around 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you want to chat with me more, then head over to my Twitch. It should be in the description down below. I'll put it into the chat as well. I'll be streaming Resident Evil 5 on Thursday, then Outlast 2 on Friday. All spooky games for Spoopy month. So if you want to see a grown man get scared, head over to twitch.tv/Mochocolate9K, and I'll see you there.
Yeah. So what I was saying with the Switch Pro, I think Nintendo would, instead of releasing the Switch Pro early next year, I think they would instead wait until the end of next year, around the same time as the PlayStation 5 releases, or 2021, and then release the Switch 2, or whatever their actual next generation console is. Because releasing a half-step console like a few months before the actual next generation of consoles begins would just be a bad move on Nintendo's part. Because then it's like, at that point in time, Nintendo's like, so a half-step Nintendo Switch. Right now, the Nintendo Switch will run Breath of the Wild at like 30 frames per second and 900p. Not even a full 1080p and 60 frames per second. A half-step console would be able to run. Like, that would be what, like, it would be maxing out running Breath of the Wild at twice the resolution and, twice the frame rate. So instead of 30 at a full 60, and then it would be at 1080p instead of 900p. So it's a little bit more than twice as powerful, because you're doubling the frame rates and then you're boosting the resolution as well. So instead of doing that...
Thank you, Jorge.
Jorge? Yeah. People in the chat being nice.
You have the nicest fans, man.
Thank you.
Nice followers. You guys are all breathtaking.
But that's what I imagine a half step would do. Like, people are talking about, it would be awesome if we could play like Breath of the Wild at 4K or whatever. That would be more along the lines of an actual next generation Switch console. That wouldn't be a half step. Like, the PlayStation 4 Pro, I don't even think is powerful enough to run Breath of the Wild at 4K and 60 frames.
No, I doubt it.
Yeah. But the
thing is, I don't think Nintendo is necessarily worried about the upcoming new consoles, because I believe that Nintendo is the Switch is outselling the PS4 in Japan now. I think. Am I wrong?
It's probably doing something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because the Switch is selling really well, but the way I look at it is like almost everyone already has a PlayStation 4 anyway, so I don't see it selling that much anyways. Everyone's being so nice in chat.
Yeah.
Jeremy,
the thing is, I know Japan, a lot of the people are always on the go. So to have a console where you can play on the go and at home, genius.
Yeah.
But plus no one can touch Nintendo when it comes to exclusives. Nobody.
Yeah,
PlayStation can compete, but I'm sorry.
And that comes from a guy that was on a PlayStation TV show.
Animal Crossing, all that jazz. I mean, I love them both. I have the Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. I'm not Team Xbox. I'm not Team PlayStation. I'm not Team Nintendo. I'm Team Gamer. You know what I'm saying? It's so dumb to me that people only pledge their allegiance to one console. Like, as a kid, when you're in a candy store, you don't just eat candy from one section. You want all the candies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I always want to get all three current gen consoles, because each console will have a game that I want. So I want to make sure I have access to that game that I want. Yeah. I have a Vita and a 3DS. So there's literally no game I can't play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
hashtag Team Gamer.
Here's a question for you.
Yeah?
We've seen games recently like Witcher 3, Fortnite, Overwatch recently came to Nintendo Switch, and there's some other third-party games that people at one point would be like, that would never be on Nintendo Switch, especially games like Skyrim or The Witcher 3, which The Witcher 3 was when it released one of the most impressive looking games that there was. It still is. And now it's running on the Nintendo Switch. So with games like Kingdom Hearts 3, would you ever expect that to come out on the Switch?
I would love that. I mean, I think everyone should experience. I was upset at first that Xbox got Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm like, wait a minute. Everyone needs to experience the awesomeness that is KH3. So if Xbox gets it, cool. If Nintendo gets it, cool. There are plenty of other Kingdom Hearts games on Nintendo.
Yeah.
So go for it. I mean, I don't know how good it's gonna run per se, but yeah, they should. Yeah. I think the 1.5, 2.5 remake should go to Switch.
Yeah, those would easily be able to run.
Yeah,
those would easily be able to run on the Switch since they're running easily on PlayStation 3.
That's right. One thing is like, why is Kingdom Hearts 3 the only Kingdom Hearts game on Xbox? Why? No sense.
Yeah, and then they have what is it? The story so far or something like that?
Yeah, they have that.
It's like 1.5, 2.5, and 2.9.
Everything.
Or
every single
it was.
game on one disc, yeah. Because the thing is, in Japan, and this will be the last thing we talk about, then we'll go. Last thing I'll talk about. Because once nerds get talking, we just keep on talking. But anyway, it's weird to me that Kingdom Hearts is on Xbox because in Japan, like, toothpicks sell more than the Xbox.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because X means death in Japan. So a lot of people don't buy it for that reason. I remember the pictures of the Xbox One launch in Japan. Crickets playing, man. No one... The people who bought the Xbox in Japan are the Americans who live in Japan, pretty much.
Yeah.
So it's like... Whenever... Because that's not their market. Like, dude, the Xbox market is shooters. Like mature... rated shooters, Gears of War, Red Dead, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Like, Final Fantasy doesn't sell on Xbox. You know what I'm saying? It sells more on PlayStation. So I'm like, they'll probably make a couple more $100 if it was on Xbox. But I'm just like, it literally makes no sense. But at the same time, like I said, everyone needs to experience it, so go for it. But I'm just like, why? Because in Japan, it's exclusive to PlayStation. In America, it's PlayStation and Xbox. So it's like, why? But whatever. But on that note, we can end it here.
Yeah,
we can talk more in
really
the next
quick. There's
podcast.
a couple people in the chat. Really quick says Switch is space tech, no disk drive worries, and zero gravity. Marsupial Gamer says PS5 port of Skyrim win. That's all I need to know. There was a meme going around that I seen of whenever they had like officially announced the PlayStation 5. It was like Bethesda people like in a meeting or whatever being like with another meeting. It's like, and here's like I forgot what it was. I'm horrible at this. Sorry guys, but it's like one more or like, and then there was another or something like that. Because of more consoles for Skyrim to come out. But they even made fun of themselves at E3, like where they had the fridge with the tablet on it.
I did. Yeah, that was funny. But before we guys go, what games next year are you guys excited for?
Yeah.
It's not just about us guys. It's not just about us. It's about you guys watching the channel also. We want to know what you think. You know, we're all gamers here. Let's all talk about video games.
Yeah.
Something Skyrim. Hilarity ensues.
Square
but
Enix
I would say
strategic from Xbox.
I would say The Last of Us Part 2. I mean, I'm excited for Final Fantasy and Avengers, but I've been waiting for The Last of Us Part 2 for years now, so I'm very excited that is coming out.
I loved the first one.
It's a game by Naughty Dog, and they always deliver. The thing is, The Last of Us was so good, but it was a side project. Like, they split it into two parts. All their top developers did Uncharted 3, and all the rest did The Last of Us. Yeah. And look how good it was. Now, The Last of Us Part 2 has their full attention. So,
in the chat,
I cannot wait.
Last of Us Part 2 is what they're saying. What? Hello?
What's up?
Okay, you froze for a second.
Jorge, you're awesome too, buddy. All Last of Us 2, nice.
Yeah.
I've been avoiding the trailers. I saw one trailer.
Animal Crossing.
Animal and Crossing.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's excited for that game. But I'm also excited for Pokemon Sword and Shield, Death Stranding, Luigi Mansion
Yeah.
3. I'm taking off work to play Pokemon Sword, man. I am the first Pokemon
Which
game
one are
on
you gonna get?
consoles. Hell yeah, Pokemon Sword.
Sword.
The very first Pokemon game on consoles. Since middle school, I've wanted this. A traditional Pokemon game, not Pokemon XD or Gale of Darkness.
Yeah, they kind of went there with those GameCube games like Gale of Darkness or whatever.
I liked
but
it, but it
wasn't.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? It wasn't. It was good. It was like appetizer. Let's Go Pikachu was nice and everything, but it was something to keep us occupied till Sword comes out.
Yeah. All right, so Mo, for everyone who's watching, that may have tuned in late, where can people find you if they want to get to know you more?
I am on YouTube at officialmochocolate.com. I post movie reviews, game reviews, vlogging, sketches, comedy, or a lot of dancing videos. That's my most popular content. I'm on Twitter everything is in the description, guys. I'm on Twitter as Mochocolate. I am also on Instagram as Mochocolate9K. And if you go to my Twitch, plug again. If you go to my Twitch, all my links to my social will be in the info area. My Snapchat, my Instagram, my Twitter, my Facebook, my birth certificate, perhaps. But it's like, yeah, I recently started doing Twitch. I've been trying to stream on Twitch for damn near a year now, and I've been streaming for about 3 months. It's been going very well. I'm so close to 200 followers, literally 15 followers away from 200. So if you guys can make a black man's dream come true and hook me up with 200 followers, I would love that.
Yeah, we got 20 people watching now. A lot more are going to be watching whenever the video actually uploads in its edited version instead of the live stream. Everything is in the description, the YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and if you give him a follow on Twitter, his YouTube and Twitch is in the description
also on
as well.
Twitter, yes.
Marsupial says follower 187.
Aw, thank you. Thank you very much.
Before we go, they say, does Dragon Ball Z Kakarot look good to you? Sorry if you already talked about that. Yes, we talked about that earlier.
It does. Yeah, the graphics look fantastic. The battle system, it looks like they're going for the Xenoverse type battles, which I wasn't really a fan of Xenoverse, the battling, I mean, but I'm going to rent the game first and see how I like it. Because, I mean, it is a Dragon Ball RPG, man. Yeah. I'm upset that once again we have to play through the story again. Oh, hey Gibbs, thank you, buddy. God, I wish I could hug all you guys right now. Thank you. Yeah. And yeah, I might pick it up if I'll rent it first.
189 from Gus.
What? No way, really? Hold up. Are we really gonna get a 200 in this chat? Yo, I will turn on the Macarena and dance for everybody right now if we get to a 200.
Yeah.
Do you think we can do it?
Marsupial says Little Nightmares 2, Rin Factory 5. Javier says Death Stranding looks awesome. Marsupial, Dragon Ball Z again. Jorge says Breath of the Wild 2 hopes.
Yeah, 188.
We were gonna chat about that earlier, but then we've been running little late.
We go from one to another. Yeah, hold up. Let me check. It still says 188 on my end. Is it updating now?
Maybe it hasn't registered for.
Because it's all coming in at
Gus
once.
Says 189.
Well, thank you, Gaza. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, but thank you. Yeah. It means a lot. Breath of the Wild 2 hype, of course. Yeah, we're very excited for Breath of the Wild 2.
Yeah, well, actually, the next time that he comes on the channel, we'll be for sure talking about Breath of the Wild 2. If you ever want to come on the actual
just give
podcast,
us fix the breaking, please. That's all I beg to you.
Yeah, that's what we talked about before.
Mimo, just give us a better breaking mechanic, man. Yeah. Just give us something that fixes it, please.
No,
I love Breath of the Wild, but the breaking mechanics, I hate it. Yeah. I wish there was something in the game that fixes your weapons or even heals it. Just something.
Or at least give like one weapon of each type that doesn't break. Like one bow and arrow that doesn't break, one staff that doesn't break, one sword that doesn't break.
A game with such a quote unquote broken mechanic should not get a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. I mean,
Yeah,
I
the
feel like if this
weirdest.
was in any other game, it would get hated. But because it's a Zelda game, it gets a free pass. Just saying.
The
But I love the
weirdest.
game. Huh?
I was gonna say the weirdest thing about that is there's the bonus item that you get, the big Goron sword from using one of
Yeah.
the Ocarina of Time amiibos, and the entire purpose of that sword in Ocarina of Time was that it would not break, and even it in Breath of the Wild will break. And like
Break.
it's the big Goron on top of Death Mountain makes it for you, and he talks about how his sword is so much better than his other brother, who's like the other big Goron that lives inside of Goron City, but this is the giant one on top. And he talks about how
The
like
shield and Master Sword breaks.
yeah,
Why?
his is so much
No.
better because it wasn't going to break, and then in Breath of the Wild it breaks. But anyways, Mochocolate, thank you so much for joining. Finally,
Thank
we
you,
got to do
man.
this after planning
Thank
it for like
you.
a year and a half, or however
Thank
long
you
it's
to everybody
been.
out there watching us. Thank you for having me, man. It's great to be here talking amongst my people, my fellow gamers. Hashtag gamers, yes. And yeah, I'll be streaming Resident Evil 5 tomorrow on my Twitch around 7 p.m. my time. Then Outlast 2 on Friday. So come on by and we'll continue talking about games, y'all. And then I believe I'll be back here with you and your other fellow Zelda Knights, and we'll
Yeah.
talk about Breath of the Wild 2 and stuff. But yes, everybody, it was a fantastic. My throat is so sore from talking, but that's why I have the water. Hydrate, kids. But yeah, I live for this. I'm always talking, you know. I'm a chatterbox.
Yeah.
So if you want to get
Kayla
me and
earlier
talk about
said
games, hell yeah.
she loved the
Games
passion
or
you
anime
had.
or movies or comics or toys, I'm down.
Yeah.
I love it all.
But earlier in the chat, Chublima or Kayla is her name's Kayla, but Chublima is her username. She was in the chat earlier and she was talking about how she loved your passion.
Aw, thank
yeah.
you. I love your awesomeness for being here and your kindness. Thank
Yeah.
you.
So everybody,
Yes, but now
have a
we're gonna
good night.
sing the goodbye song, okay?
Is there a goodbye song?
There's a goodbye song.
Okay.
Yes.
Tell us.
If you're a '90s kid, you will know this goodbye
okay,
song.
Okay.
It goes like this. It goes like this. So long, farewell to you, my friend. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. I say so long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. It's been great to play and sing together, and now it's time to say goodbye. So long, farewell to you, my friends. Goodbye for now, until we meet again. Goodbye for now, until we meet again.
Everyone in the chat loves it.
Love you guys, and if you know where that song came from, you are that much more awesome. Jesse, do you know where that
I
song
can't name
came
it.
from?
It's
Come on, say it. Starts with an O. On
an
Disney.
O. What?
Out of the
Box. No?
out of the box.
Yeah, out of the
yes.
I was
Out
getting
of the
mixed up.
box.
I was gonna say like Bear in the Big Blue House or something like that.
I love Bear, but yeah, every episode they ended with that song. That's how I ended my streams also. But you were in the 80s. That's mine, buddy. I love you, Gibbs. But yes, everyone, we have to go refresh now. We have to charge our batteries now. This energy consumes power, and I need to get my power. That power is food. But yes, man, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming on.
I love it. I love all your awesome 20 plus people for watching us. I will be back here next time talking more gaming stuff. We wish you all a fantastic rest of your night, rest of your week, and you all have been fantastic, and we love y'all. Mwah.
Yeah, thank you
We'll catch
guys.
you guys later. Peace out. Love you.